What's up, y'all? It's not for real, for real.
Public service announcement.
PSA. Well, tell them why we were talking about it first.
No, you tell them.
Well, I don't know these people.
So, Anthony Edwards, dog of a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Some people say he may even be somewhat like Michael Jordan.
Oh, that guy.
Or his son.
Oh.
Got this girl pregnant.
Okay, I didn't know it was him.
Got this woman pregnant, excuse me. And didn't want the baby. And paid for the child support all the way up front, right?
1.7 million?
Yeah, 1 point something million. Paid for the child support up until the child would be 18, or I think it's a girl.
I did the math.
And so people been talking about it online, and that's what we were talking about.
So we were talking about it because you brought it up.
Wombs for sale, or wombs for trapping.
What we finna say, y'all might not want to hear. Y'all may not like it.
Because you've done it. If you don't like it, you've done it.
Look, hit dog gon' holler.
To all my brothers who've been trapped. Don't trust a big button to smile. That girl is.
Well, for you, it wasn't about the big butt. It's about big titties.
Big titties will get you distracted.
But you can trust the big button to smile over here now.
Yeah, that was a projection. I didn't like that because I do like the.
So the point is this. I'm going to speak on this part and then you can speak from the male perspective. But as a woman, our wombs are not 401k plans.
Ooh.
They're not.
I think
what?
That's too much. I don't even think they think like that.
They're not 401k plans, meaning your child, your womb, your offspring, your seed is not because I want to trap this man so he can take care of me, so he can take care of us, because I want to be loved, because I don't love myself. So I want to have a child so that I can love them and they can, like, it's a lot of mental shit that you got to work that out first before you think about having a child. That's the first thing. But the second thing, our wombs are not 401ks, and we as women need to stop acting like it's a you know when your period is, you know when you ovulate, you know when you are going to start your cycle, you know when your birth control, you know your body, therefore you are in charge of your body. If we believe that wholeheartedly, then we got to follow through all the way through.
They don't want to hear that.
I know it's a hard truth to swallow. Hello. So I say that to say, because women, not all women, obviously, this is not a generalized statement, but a lot of women pursue life and happiness with this in mind. Who can I
want in mind?
With, let me give you a baby so you can choose me.
Yes, I wanted you to say it specifically.
Because that's all it's about. I want to give you a baby so you can choose me, so we can be connected, so I'm not out here alone, so I don't have to be responsible, pay my own bills. You can take care of me.
And that's why I say this big.
Give me safety as a man. Like, depending on who you aiming at.
401k is nice. I know
that's pushing it, but you can trap men because they're nice and naive.
Who?
You can trap men because they got a check coming, whether that is they're an NFL draft pick, whether they're getting into NBA, professional sports. It really doesn't matter. A pastor, because you have a dream of being a first lady.
Ooh.
Whatever.
Come and get your money. come get it.
Hey.
What your friends tell you about me.
But nah, that's real shit though, because you know what also women don't realize is that you are chemically altering your brain and your body forever for a person you barely know.
Right.
You are going to have a whole new body, a whole new mind, a whole new level of anxiety that you're not even knowing yet. Like, your motherly things start changing and you go fucking crazy. And then now you're connected to somebody who you don't know, who they don't know you, who cannot help you manage your mental health, who can't help you manage yourself. You don't like yourself, your body changes, you're big, you're overweight, you got stretch marks. There's so many different things that women go through mentally, just to be like, I want this nigga, but he don't want me.
Man.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's the truth.
Drop a bomb.
And I'm just gonna say, I was grateful to God that I never got caught up in my younger 20s to be like, I was graduated, had my degrees, I had a career before I started even getting into those kinds of things. And I feel like that's where because then you can make decisions for yourself. Going back to the abortion thing, giving you a choice. You either can abort it or you can take this 1.7. We already did the math, blah, blah, blah. I don't know whether she took it. I don't know what happened.
She didn't want to terminate the pregnancy.
Which is her choice.
It's her choice. That's fine. He clearly said that. But here's where the male's part comes in. If you don't want to have a baby, men, and I've done it so I can speak to this intelligently. So if you bitch up right now, it's because you're insecure. Listen, I know it feels better without a condom. I do. It really does.
It's a difference.
It is a difference. But if you don't want a child,
and you don't know me,
definitely,
trust me.
If you don't know the woman, yes. If you don't want a disease, if you don't want to even transfer of spirit and energy,
herpes don't go away.
Don't sleep with this woman that you do not know. Her level of mental health, her emotional intelligence, her financial responsibility. If you don't want to be a father, get a vasectomy. If you don't want to wear a condom, then risk your dick. That's it. This is a penis service announcement. If you've made it this far, we didn't want to say what it was. And a pussy service announcement. Yes. I don't call it a pussy. A vagina service announcement, VSA. Y'all call it all kind of nasty stuff when you getting your back blown out and you're having babies. Ladies, I pastored women.
Poor pussy management.
She said
poor pussy management. Call it what it is, and it's okay. The thing is, they've tainted sex so much, so where we can't even have honest conversations about it. You can't even
without
say
feeling
sex.
Offended.
You can't say vagina, you can't say vulva, you can't say penis, you call it cookie, you call all kinds of other shit.
But you're eating ass and you're not offended by that. How you not offended? And you eat, how you offended by words and you're not offended by eating ass?
Oh my God,
like it's groceries. How you offended by word? I'm offended that you eat ass and you talk to me in my face. You ass lips. No, I don't. We don't. I did say it.
No, you didn't.
Ass mouth.
Whew.
Dookie breath.
Dookie breath. Okay, pop. We done. So, honestly, y'all,
get a vasectomy, brothers. If you don't want, if you don't want unwanted, and people, ain't nobody gonna touch my dick. Ain't nobody gonna, nigga.
Get a prostate exam too while we at it.
You nut the same. It feels the same. You don't lose any man. I'm more manly than all y'all niggas. I promise you. I've had a vasectomy.
How many years ago? And why?
Because I didn't want to have any more children. That's why. I didn't want to have any more children. And I would tell them. First of all, because I was damn near broke. I didn't want to bring no more humans in the world to help keep them alive when I could barely stay the fuck alive. And that was my dick, and that's poor dick management. I shouldn't have been busting nuts in people that I didn't know or want to have a baby with. Now this woman, nigga, when you thought it was a dream and then it don't be a dream and you wake and it's a nightmare, you be like.
And you can't take it back.
I'm gonna make sure I have better dick management. And the reason in it is we've unlocked stuff too early. That we've opened this sex gate too early. Because of abuse, because of molestation, because of incest, whatever the fuck, because of pornography,
clear your
of
iPad cashews before you give it to your fucking kid.
Man, I'm telling you, like, there's so many things, and it's like we really have to watch our children so they are not exposed to this too early. And it has been the plan of the enemy, and it's not like we're not saying be celibate. We're not saying listen, your choice is your choice. But first of all, hold up. I need something else I do need to say. Since we talking about terminating pregnancies, and pastors need to stop acting like they pro-life when they go to get their daughters abortions.
Yeah.
Okay? To cover up and keep the legacy looking like it's pristine and, perfect pulpit. But anyway, I just want you all to know, like, we are responsible for this body. Yes, some of us wouldn't be here if our parents didn't have sex out of wedlock or didn't just have one night stands, or some of us were born in marriage.
Some of us were planned.
Some of us were planned. Some of us weren't. And some of us, God just said, this is how you gonna get here. The reality is, children are a gift from God. These are souls that want to incarnate here on earth for a mission. Don't play with the responsibility of such spiritual
use them as money,
power and authority and weight, and to manipulate and then to take away from the person who helped you create that child. How dumb are you? Like, how much damage you're doing to that child that you hold so much to as a golden child narcissist, because what you do is you're hurting them, and later on in life,
they don't know it yet.
They will find out it was the mama. Anthony Edwards' daughter will find out. Listen, I'm sorry, this is a hard truth. Your mother and I didn't want you. I told her what. Here it is. Social media receipt. Boom.
We all grow up one day. So, and we all get our...
And discover the truth.
We always discover the truth.
You did it.
We all get to grow up one day. We all get to inherit our mature, growing brain that runs receipts on how our childhood played a role in the way that we choose partners. The way that some people begging to not be single right now. Some 18-year-olds want to be in a relationship so fucking bad. Why? Because they don't have a relationship with a daddy. But anyways, going back to the... Godly, man. But you can't tell people who know everything. So
you can't tell
you
people
just have
who
to
don't
wait by
love
their
themselves.
You just have to wait by their actions and let them grow up.
Yeah.
I'm 35 years old. It took me from the time I was 19 years old to the time I was 35 to be able to see the mental illness in my natural mother and how she manipulated my father, how she used me as a pawn, how she toyed with me. She probably watching this right now because she weird. Anyways, the other thing I wanted to talk about was birth control. So yes, birth control is an option. We know this. It's even covered by insurance. You don't have to pay shit. If you are broke, you can have birth control. If you have private insurance, you can have birth control. But the point that I was going to make is that's completely toxic to your body. So you would ideally want to be in a relationship with somebody who does have a vasectomy, so that you are not continuously putting these things in your body to manipulate when you can have a period or when your body should go through its cycle. It should do all that naturally. So I'm grateful that you have a vasectomy, because you don't put me in a position to be needing to take oral contraceptives and to have all these side effects, or to be taking Depo and to get all fat and shit. Like, we already know there's major side effects to birth control. You know what the side effects are to vasectomy?
0. And that's why I did it, because I knew back then. I knew the side effects of birth control.
That's what I was trying to get you to talk about, but I didn't talk about it.
Yes, and I was about to say it, and then. And yes, a woman knowing her cycle, because like I said, I knew a couple that didn't get pregnant for 5 years, didn't have a vasectomy, didn't do birth control. She knew her cycle, like, to the point, like, where I learned something about woman's body, like the way your liquid looks, like you have to do all, and I was like, wow. Anatomy. And then, Village Auntie, like, just I've learned from women, when you've been trapped, okay, because I've been trapped, fellas. When you've been trapped and had a love spell put on you, whether you put your dick in there,
or you forgot birth control,
or you asked, or you deliberately lost it and then got pregnant again. Like, there's so many things that women do sometimes, fellas. We don't know why they're doing it, so we have to make a conscious choice. Like if you don't,
me.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, come in me, knowing damn well you about to be ovulating or are ovulating, and he in the moment, okay, yeah,
boom,
I mean, there it goes.
Like, come on, bro. Like, And the pull-out method don't always work. So
I got God twins on the pull-out method.
Yeah. So it's like we have to, if you don't want children, if you can't feed your baby,
don't have a baby.
Then don't have a baby.
Maybe.
And if you think maybe, then don't have a baby. You'll be always trying.
Stop that girl.
Stop that child from crying.
And that girl too.
What'd he say? Cussing?
Screaming?
Stealing?
Oh.
Lying? You got my baby dying. Like, you don't want that. I'm telling you, on the other side, now that I have 0 children, all of them are adults and they wanted to be grown
so bad
before they was grown.
Oh my God. And do grown shit.
I have been released from the trap house. And, you know, like, it's so funny that, like, and in my experience, you know, how my daughter was taken away from me and she's 18 now.
Well, she was mentally manipulated to have a choice.
There you go. I
so
say
you can't you can't say it that way because the narrative is So
the real not for real thing is like, I've been through this and it's just my current state. Like, so like, you have to just get to a point where it's like, all right,
the heartache, the heartache that came with it. So
the heartache, the grief. I mean, we've been talking about it
earlier.
What?
Pain and suffering.
Yeah, like when you don't really get, like, what do I get back as a father for the pain and suffering, for providing all them years, for protecting, for
risking
risking my life. Like, it's just like you don't get anything back. And then to not have a relationship, like, you really have to grieve and let go and learn to detach and be the villain, because you know lies are being talked about you, and know that we have friends who have gone through this when they were teenagers, and their mom.
We have a friend going through it right now.
But I'm saying the Kinsey. Like,
yeah.
You know, gone through this stuff, and then have the realization, like, how fucked up, you know, their mother is,
and it's mother wounds.
And my mom did damage on me too. You know what I'm saying? Even though my ex-father was an asshole, is a narcissist, like, she did her damage too. Like, so everybody has to just take their responsibility. I take my responsibility as a man. I can say I'm trapped. I can say whatever. I still put my dick in there like that. Like, and people still want to know where I'm putting it, but I know where I put it. You know that, and I know where I didn't want to put it and have no other children. And the fact when somebody is mentally manipulated to take a child from you that they did not even want, when they were impregnated. Like, my daughter, I remember I was so excited. She was not, but now she's so excited.
That's the best thing
that's
she
the
ever
best
had.
Thing. You know what I'm saying? That is the fucking game. But that's the games that women play. And y'all need to stop playing games with your womb. And men, wrap that shit up or cut that shit off. Because I'm tired of this baby mama drama that we all got to deal with, because we don't provide the solution for ourselves. Vasectomies are reversible.
Yes.
Tubes tied, women, you can do that too.
Yeah.
Those are reversible. Can you still get pregnant? There's always a probability.
Yes, there's a cost associated, but what's $8,000 to 18 years of child support,
or 18 years, or a life of grief because you impregnated the wrong woman.
Right.
And or 18 years of, or 30 years of, hey, I'm your child, and my mom just told me about you because y'all down on your luck now, and she can't do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see it in the movies all the time.
Or in our lives. It's not even a movie. Like, that's my life.
Nigga, that's my point. We see it in the movies and act like it's not real.
It's not real, yeah.
You and I sitting right here, no, for real.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
I'm like, nah, I want to tell it.
Real.
Shit. For real.
What you want to?
I mean, again, this is also pointing back to why you shouldn't be having sex as a young person.
Yes.
I would say to 24, 25.
Especially before your frontal lobe.
But definitely before 30. Like, I don't believe we should be having children before we're 30 years old. Not only because we're not financially stable and ready, and we're not quite all those things, but because we lack self-awareness. We lack the communication skills, knowledge, all of the things about being in a relationship in order to have a healthy marriage, and then in order to have children be raised in a healthy marriage and display what this healthy family function looks like. which is why we keep repeating the cycles.
Okay.
Keep having kids early.
Yes.
Keep on. Now we can't communicate. We fighting and arguing all fucking time, and our kids see it. Like, that's not healthy.
Because y'all don't know who y'all
you
are
didn't know
before
who you were.
you got married. You were not healed before you got married.
Stop fucking.
You didn't go to therapy before you got married. Nobody. I told her the other day.
They just worried about being cute.
There should be, just like you need a license for a gun in some place, you should have a license to have sex. They've taken sex education out of school.
Right.
Porn is educating people, and this
Right.
ain't even real. Nothing about Hollywood is real. Even the sex scenes in the movie is so many takes, so many cuts. People don't even want to be doing it. And
Porn
we have
is so
believed
accessible.
these fantasies right. Like, my son had a porn addiction 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had never thought, like, I started at 13. It's getting younger. And then we know another child at 10 years old that just was exposed to it.
Because
like,
his daddy didn't clear the history and gave him the iPad.
I'm trying to tell you.
Clear the damn history.
Like, how stupid can you be?
Again, don't have children with stupid people also.
Nigga.
Like, one of the reasons why I was so... And stupid could go a long ways, but I feel like retardation is like a line. But stupid could go anyway.
I'm going to go ahead and lay down. This is my therapy session now. Go ahead. Continue.
Damn.
Woo!
Yeah, because guess what? If you have children with these types of people, like going back to Andrews or whatever, you finna be dealing with this type of insanity for the rest of your life. You are, unless you choose to.
It was 21 on the clock when you said it.
Damn.
Dealing with that insanity. Like, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm listening to you. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, you see, so I can say from a person who doesn't have children, and I'm 35, and
doesn't have children yet.
Don't have children yet. And I'm so excited because we get to be able to parent in a way that is healthy. And you had your first run and everything, and that was cool, and I'm grateful because you're a great advocate for me as a Black woman, and maternal health being one. Oh, that's the other thing. You are, not only are you gonna like go through all of these changes in your body, like childbirth, you can fucking die.
Yeah.
You can die. You can die in childbirth. I watched a lot of movies growing up, and I was like, wait a minute, that seems like that's a possibility. I'm not sure if I want to put my life on the line for a motherfucker that I don't know, who may not choose me in the end, who may choose somebody else because we're not fully mature.
Who hasn't even committed to you? Like, why are you having babies with people you're not even committed to?
Don't do
like,
that,
you
ladies.
Don't even call boyfriend
Again,
and girlfriend.
Y'all not gonna like this conversation, but I don't really care. It's the truth, and people need to
You're
start
judging.
telling the truth.
Good, I am judging.
Is it a judgment or is it a read? Because
I am. The Bible says we can judge believers.
I feel like it's a read. It's a read because you're a pastor and I'm a social worker, and we're the fixers. We're the people that you come to after you done already made all these stupid choices.
Right.
So I feel like I have authority to say that, and I feel like you can have authority to say that.
I do.
But yeah, so poor pussy management.
Poor penis management.
And poor penis management.
Or poor dick management. Since we're using colloquialisms, let's make it equal.
This is a PSA.
But I did want to say,
it's a PSA.
Even though I did have a child, my first child at 23.
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy.
I was living my best life at 23.
It was crazy.
And your son is 23
I'm
right
grateful that I became a father early and accepted the responsibility and chose to marry her after I saw him be born. Now, the relationship was rocky as hell. Like,
was it a relationship?
It wasn't. It like became one because
she was
got
having your
pregnant.
baby.
Yes.
And you were getting to know her.
And you were the first person who told me that I got trapped. And I was like, did I? And then I had to run the receipts.
If I didn't have shit, that's what I would do. If I didn't have shit and I was in the streets.
No high school education.
If I didn't have shit and I was in the streets, the first thing I would be doing is try to look for a nigga to take care of me. So I don't know if that's a trap or not, but if I'm handing my pussy out and I'm in the church and I'm supposed to be doing all wah, then I feel like that's a trap because nothing adds up. A plus B equals C. So that's what I'm gonna say about that.
Trapped in the church house. Yeah.
But yeah, and again,
it does. A plus B, and then you got to ask about this shit. But I'm saying all that to say because I'm trying to help men. Don't end up like me. Don't end up like Anthony Edwards. No more brothers. Like I know so many men whose life we have had to course correct.
No, it's sad
because we did not want to have dick discipline.
And the men that you met in jail.
Dick discipline.
Because these bitches put you in jail. And I'm going to say it.
And they weaponize the police against you. They weaponize the court system against you.
Because it's a woman. You're automatically a victim. People are going to believe you.
And how do you want to break a nigga and make him broke and still think you're going to get paid? Like, that's why you say don't have babies with dumb people. Like,
because it's always a scam. It's always a scam on how can I use the system to help me help myself? How can I withhold a child from you and make you do all these things and counterfile for child support when it wasn't even, it was about a parenting schedule. There's so many things and manipulative things women do to use children as a pawn in relationships with these men. And that's real. I can see, I'm a social worker. I've been dealing with this shit for 15 years. So again, don't argue with me, argue with your mama.
And your grandmama.
Because your mama probably did it too.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Y'all don't want to talk about that. The conversation, this is why it's called Not For Real, because these Christian podcasts ain't going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you, we're not going to have sex. We're going to test drive Stephen Chandler. Nobody's going to keep a car for 45 years. Bitch, do you know millionaires that have collectibles? We do. They keep their cars for a long time, nigga.
And
like,
why you gonna use that stupid ass?
And stop being a down low pastor talking about sex. Like, talk about the sex you do, not with your wife. Okay, we tired of the zestiness, and we love the LGBTQ community.
It's them who's telling us. That's how we know.
That's how we know, and it's like because it's a cover up, and it's like my friends.
I fucked him before.
The most honest and truthful voices for me have always come from people who have accepted their identity out in the public. Preachers, and I'm talking about preachers. I'm talking about. Preacher, I ain't gonna say no names because that's their story to tell. But when they have come out and it's like, yes, brother,
we see
yes, live your truth. But you
women
can't.
Women who are not in the church don't see that the men and the husbands they married are gay, and that's weird to me.
Yeah, that the lack of discernment is weird. Like the convoluting of sex, period, and then babies are having sex. These teenagers, like no teenager should be. You are still a child. I don't even think you should have sex at 18. I promise you, you shouldn't be doing anything that can create life or chaos in your life before your brain has closed.
And you know how you're able to tell if you're ready? Like being able to hear other people's opinions, being able to hear other sides of the story, being able to push away pride and ego, being a way to ground yourself. If you are a person who puts walls up and shields and blocks people out, and I'm protecting my peace because I don't have the emotional capacity it takes to reconcile, to talk things out, and to communicate, like you're not ready for a relationship. Furthermore, you're not ready for a child. So if you're not somebody who can face uncomfortable situations and have these conversations with this, like, can you look at the person naked in the daytime and be completely fine with your body and his body and have sex? If y'all need the lights on, if you need alcohol, then you're not ready.
First lady.
If you're ashamed of your body, you're not ready. If you want to cover up and you want to, oh my stretch marks, oh my this, oh my that, you're not ready. Because you don't love yourself. And the chances are that you're going to have sex and create a human and replicate children who also don't love themselves.
Because you're passing those emotions and that energy through your placenta, the umbilical cord.
And you too as sperm.
And your DNA and sperm as men. If you're an alcoholic, they're finding out all these birth defects are coming from both parents.
Duh!
Like, thank God, like some of our parents didn't do all this stuff, but some of y'all are crazy and should go for a mental health evaluation before you share any bodily fluids with anyone.
STD evaluation too.
Yeah, because
I did that.
It's high out here.
With you?
Yeah, it's crazy out here.
HIV has been announced that it's curable
in South Africa.
But that don't mean you just could go over here and start doing whatever. You know it's not curable, which is also crazy, is herpes.
Well, I mean,
so many other STDs out there.
Some of that is curable by these awakening. They're doing research.
Yes, but all I'm saying is that the people who are doing these things are
yes.
not going to be looking into these herbal.
Right.
They're not on the same wavelength. They're not. That's 3D and 5D. People who understand that the earth put medicine here for us are not thinking about the same things, because we're drinking, we're brunching, we're doing all kinds of crazy. We're not putting the same things in our body.
And stop putting alcohol bottles up in your house in the background.
We did that shit when we were in college. If you're grown,
like it's a badge of honor. No, not like it's a badge of honor or a frat house. So what? Guess what? Liquor is worse for you than cannabis.
No, liquor, alcohol is the worst.
Is worse.
Is the worst.
Is the worst.
You can have a baby and actively be using heroin, and your child have less or no issues other than detoxing if you drank alcohol while you were pregnant. Yeah. Krishan.
Yeah. Seriously.
Alcohol literally is the worst thing that you can put in your body. Yep. I'm sorry. Yep. I know that there's fentanyl and all these other things. Yes, but I'm telling you, the way that alcohol damages your body and your organs and your things, there's nothing like it.
I don't know what it is about alcohol, man.
Say all that to say that taking care of your body is everything. It's holistic. It's who you're inviting into your body through your portal in your sacred womb, and who you're ushering life into this world with. All of that matters way more than a fucking check and you to be not homeless. Right.
So with that being said, don't be a hobosexual.
Period. And don't be having babies by everyone just because you think a nigga's gonna choose you.
PSA.
Gosh. We love y'all.
Have better discipline over your body parts.
Yes.
No, for real.
Period.